my name is Bea and welcome to my channel. I have basically decided to just try and start making YouTube videos just because I enjoy watching them and I enjoy editing, so I thought, why not try my hand at it? I am basically an aspiring knitting pattern designer. I have currently got a few out and some more due to come out, but I thought it'd be nice to have a channel alongside that, just because I want to put out what I enjoy watching, essentially. This video is my first ever cable knit, and lots goes wrong, lots goes right. I started it in January, so let's go back to past Bea. It is a new year. As I'm filming this, it's the 2nd of January, and one of my resolutions was to learn more knitting techniques, and one of those things that I want to do is cables. I haven't done any cables so far. I've only done sort of stranded colour work in Tarja in terms of knitting techniques. That's the most advanced I've done. And I really want a cable knit cardigan. A bit more backstory as well. I am from the UK. I actually live in Oxford, UK, but I'm currently in Australia for 3 months on a work placement. So I'm 2 months in now and I've only got a month left. But I have just been whipping out the knits since I've been here, and I just thought I should really do something complicated and time consuming so that I can come under my luggage allowance and only knit one more thing while I'm here. So that is the plan. In terms of patterns, I was tossing up between the Dagmar jacket by Petite Knit and the Baguette jacket by Soumine, and I ended up going with the Baguette jacket. I am going to be doing it in a cobalt blue. So this is the yarn I've gone for. It is Fiddlesticks Finch 10 ply and it's a cotton. I figured I'd go for a cotton because I wanted it to be quite... I didn't want it to be too warm. If I'm spending so much time making a cardigan, I would like to wear it apart from when it's absolutely freezing outside. So that is the plan. And I've chosen this cobalt blue. Most of my knits are either red, pink or green, so I'm really trying to do something different with this. Basically just need to make a swatch for this in moss stitch and figure out what needles I'm going to use, and then I can start on the pattern. Oh, and also what I'm wearing right now, this is one of mine. I knit this. I'm currently writing a pattern for it. It's called the Just My Stripe cardigan. So a little drop shoulder, nice oversized fit, high neck, and yeah, I'm halfway through writing the pattern, so hopefully it will get edited and tested soon. Don't mind the hotel room setup. I'm in like an apartment hotel for the 3 months that I'm in Australia. It's very beige. I'll be glad to be back home where I'll have a nicer backdrop and stuff. I'm just headed to the library to print off my pattern. I was looking at the 2 screens and I was already like, this isn't gonna work. So I'm off to print some things, and I'm wearing my cardigan while I still can because it's the morning, but it's gonna be 30 degrees today, so can't wear it for much longer. The swatch right now is blocking. It's my first time doing moss stitch. Really enjoyed it. I think it looks really good. Used the recommended needle size, and I have just about hit gauge before blocking, but the fabric is quite flimsy, so I'm thinking I might go down to 4mm rather than 4.5, just so that it's got not necessarily structure, but it's just not so gappy. And so that's the plan. I'm waiting for it to dry. Should be quite quick because it's so hot today. It's out on the balcony. But yeah, attempt number 1. After one mistake, we are back. I've done my first row of cables. Lunch is ready, hang on. If you look at the pattern, these are going to be the zigzag cables. It wasn't too bad. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I can already tell this is going to be incredibly slow going because it requires a lot of my attention, so I do hope that I can somehow remember the cabling pattern, because otherwise it's going to be me with 2 screens and my little highlighting tool each row as I go. Okay, I made one more mistake, but you can actually start to see the cables forming, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I misread the chart and I did the moss stitch wrong. And hopefully this is the last restart.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now?
It is the next day. Here is the progress so far. This is what I managed to get done yesterday. I haven't had to restart, but I did a few mistakes where I had to just go back like half a row, but nothing too bad. It's very, very slow. This is hours of work, but I'm really liking the way it looks so far. So I'm just gonna take myself off to a cafe and do some knitting, I think. Mistakes have potentially been made. I was just in a cafe knitting and I am now unsure of the texture of cotton. I mean, it feels breathable enough, but it just doesn't look as nice and bouncy as the one in the photo. So before I do any more, I think I'm going to take myself to a yarn shop and just have a little look round. So I'd rather stop now and redo and only have lost a day than carry on, get to the body and it be really heavy and not wear well and be disappointed after however many hours of work. So that is the plan now.
But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it?
Okay, here is where we're at. I have decided to abandon the cotton. I don't think you can see very well, but it's already starting to like pin a little bit. And if that's just been a day, then I don't know what it's going to be like after a while. But I decided, yeah, I'm going to switch over while I haven't spent too long on the project. And I've decided to go for this Morris & Sons Empire 10 ply. It is a merino wool. It's a purpley blue, and I'm not normally a fan of purple, but I actually really quite like how rich this colour is. So I'm going to knit up a sample in this. It is Tuesday the 7th of January. Disaster has struck once more. I haven't struggled this much with a project in a long time, since starting really. It's just such a time-consuming project that I just want it to be absolutely perfect. Let me show you everything that I got done yesterday. So this is where we're at. I managed to finish the back yoke and I joined on for the right shoulder. I'm just unsure about the colour. As I'm holding up now, I'm feeling a bit better about it, but I just had in my head like a bright cobalt blue. I wear really bright colours and this is giving me more navy than bright blue. I just want it to be perfect. Don't know if I'm being too much of a perfectionist, but the yarn choices here in the shops that I have near me aren't the best in the weight that I want, so I'm kind of just settling and I don't want to settle. I've also made the mistake of knitting in a needle size which is too small, so it's too tight, the gauge is off. When I did the gauge in moss stitch, it felt quite nice and loose, but now that I've added all the cables and the reverse stockinette, it just feels a lot tighter. It's just going to be too small, despite knitting the largest size. Now I have to go on the hunt for some more yarn. It is the 22nd of January. My yarn took so long to arrive, but this is a big old package. So I thought I'd open it with you. It's my first experience with Drops Air. I'm really hoping the colour is what I'm expecting it to be, but who knows? It's been over 2 weeks since I ordered this now. Has it? Am I lying? But I'm really looking forward to starting this again. I have actually got another project on the go, my Too Cool for Pool sweater, but I actually think it's going to be quite nice to have 2 things on the go. So I'll have a cable knit on the go as well as a stockinette sweater, and that'll be like my mindless project. But I'm normally quite a monogamous knitter. I only ever have one project on the go at all times, really, because if I had too many, I think I would struggle to know what to do, and then I wouldn't do any at all. I quite like being hyper fixated on one thing and then just boshing them out. That's what I normally do. So let's see how this goes. Oh, immediately this is the colour that I was imagining. That is such a beautiful blue. The reason I didn't immediately go with this yarn, actually, even though I had it in mind, was because it's a bit fluffy and I didn't want to lose stitch definition. But I actually saw another cable sweater using Drops Air, and it looked really good, and you could see the cables pretty well. And I love this colour so much, so I figured I've just got to go for it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Well, I need to knit up a swatch. That is the next order of business. Right, we are a couple hours deep. I've got the iPad set up, cable needle, and I have got a good few rows done. Did my gauge swatch. This yarn is a much better size or ply for this project. The one before I was using before was too small. That's why I had to basically bin it. This is where we're at. I've managed to memorise most of the cable pattern, but this sort of braided part here, seeing as this is my third attempt and my third repeat of the back yoke, still haven't memorised this bit. No idea. So that bit I do have to look pretty closely at the chart still. So it's still slow going, but I've got another 2 back yokes worth of practice to have perfected these cables. But loving the colour. It feels so soft, it's so light. The yarn seems like it's going to go a really long way, to be honest. So I'm not sure I'm actually going to need all of the yarn that I bought. But that's fine, I'll just make hats and stuff to go with the cardigan. That is my update a couple hours in. We'll see how much I get done tonight. I'm really feeling just sitting down and getting some done. It is Friday the 24th, I want to say. And I think it's been a couple of days since I've updated you. But I've been chipping away at the cardigan and I'm really happy with the progress so far. Let me show you. Here we are. So I've managed to finish the increases, the end here. So you put 3 stitches on hold at the end. This is the shoulder, but we're looking good. I'm loving the colour so far and I'm loving the size. This is a much better fit for what I wanted. I wanted like a nice oversized cardigan than the previous yarn I used. So I am, as hard as it was to frog all of that work, it was the right decision. I much preferred this colour and the fit of it and how much flowier it is. But I'm about 20 rows off of the furthest point I've gotten so far. So I'm looking forward to surpassing that for the 3rd time. But we're looking good. I'm just gonna keep going slowly. It's felt a lot quicker this time because I've been knitting and then taking breaks, knitting, taking breaks. Whereas the last attempt, I was ill when I was knitting most of the back yoke up. So it felt like a lot more effort had been put in. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this hasn't felt quite so time consuming, even though it probably is the same time, but it's not all been in one big chunk like the last time was. So we're looking, and the stitch definition is still really quite good for a kind of fluffy yarn. So I'm very, very pleased.
Listen for me in a violin. Listen for me when the knife is turning. Listen for me when the world is burning. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me.
Still working on the back yoke. This is how we're looking. It is growing though, slowly but surely. Only a few more rows until I start on the front panels, which will be very exciting. That is my plan for the rest of the day, is just to work on this, chill out a bit. I'm absolutely loving the feel. I am so grateful that I restarted. I would urge anyone who's having doubts about a project and is thinking about
restarting versus not. I think 9 times out of 10 it is better to restart. So then you're 100% happy with it and you'll actually wear it if it's a wearable. Anything that I've frogged and restarted, I have always preferred. So I am going to crack on. I will update you later.
In a crowded street, listen for me in a winning streak.
Okay, it's update time on the cardigan. I've just finished the second skein. This is where we're at. This is the furthest I've gotten now. I have finished off the right panel and I have started on the left one as well. I'm just increasing as well. But you know what, I think I can get the left panel done today. Is that wishful thinking? I don't know. Oh, I think the fit is gorgeous though. The colour is perfect. I love it. But let's see how much I can get done today. I am hoping today is the day that I can join the front panels to the back panels and then finally be able to try it on. Oh, how exciting!
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Damn girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? If only I could build a tower, pierce right through the clouds, saxophones at every hour. Who hasn't heard of me now? Then will I have had enough of trying to keep myself real tough? Will I ever settle down, steady even when it gets loud? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? If only I could find a way to put an angel on your shoulder, tell you true things every day. By the time you get older, maybe it could be enough. You don't have to be so tough. Maybe you could settle down, happy with the way it is now. When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough?
It's been a hot minute and I can only apologise. Well, I haven't necessarily been updating and talking very much. I have been filming clips here and there, but the progress, oh, it's crazy. Let me just show you where we're at. Are we seeing this? Oh my God, look how much of the body I've done. The body has taken a long old time. I thought it was going to take a long time and I actually timed myself how long it took me each row. 20 minutes. And I thought, oh, I'll time it at the beginning and then time it at the end and see how much I speed up by. I have not sped up, it's still 20 minutes. But it's been quite nice and not mindless, but I've got my iPad and I'm just crossing off the rows as they come. And it hasn't felt like it's taken a long time, to be honest. I mean, I've probably been working on the body for about a week now, I think. So that's not too shabby. Let me show you the back. It's from the way that the shaping was constructed at the back, it is a bit longer, which I wouldn't normally go for. And I didn't really know that this was going to happen, but I actually I quite like it. But have a look at the back. Huh? What do you think? I'm really happy with my sizing. I went for a size 3 with hopes that it would be nice and oversized, which I think it is. The size of the armhole looks good to me. And also when I finished my second ball of yarn, I started on the collar, just to have a little bit of a break from the body. But looking really good. So this is 3 skeins worth of drops air. It goes such a long way. I can't believe how nice and light it is. Nice, light and flowy. But I'm very happy with where it's at so far. I am not far off finishing the body. Today is the last day I am in Australia. So I am flying off to Thailand tomorrow. So I'm gonna have like 10 hours on the plane to knit. So I'm really hoping that I'll finish off the body and get started on the sleeve. And then we'll see how much I can get done in the month that I'm away. Hopefully it will be finished, but I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to. It's okay. Don't worry, don't panic. I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to find to be knitting, not mindless knit, if that makes sense, because I'm gonna have to lug the iPad with me for this one. But we will see. I'm very excited. Hello, hello. Long time no see. I am about a week and a half in Thailand now. Oh, it's starting to rain. We're currently in Koh Tao. We're here for a whole week and I have been knitting away. Sorry I haven't been filming much, but it's quite hard to take this project with me places because I need the iPad for it. So I've just been doing it in the room basically in the evenings. I'm hoping that's going to change now because on the flight, finished the ribbing of the body, bound off, started on the arm. Let me show you. Also, I'd like you to appreciate that it is currently 29 degrees and incredibly humid right now. Are we seeing this? Are we seeing this? So I think I'm like, maybe like 2/3 of the way through the arm in terms of the patterned part, and then I'll do the ribbing at the end. But I have a feeling that this is going to grow a lot with blocking, so I don't want to make them too long. But look, I think the body, lengthwise, perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. I'm loving how it's looking. It's definitely going to be the longest project I've ever done. I haven't got a problem with that. It just means I'll love it that much more. I've got a horrible flight on the way back to England. I've got to fly back to Sydney to then fly back to the UK just because my work flights were booked from Sydney. So I've just got to go back there. It's going to be a really long couple days of travelling. So I'm hoping that while I'm here in Thailand, I'm going to finish this arm so I know how long to do it. And then while I'm on the plane for 2 days, another arm. And then by the time I'm home, it's going to be Block City. We're just by the sea. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me. But I just thought I would do a project update. I have actually been knitting away on this. The cables are so addictive to watch form, and the sleeve is so much quicker than the body that it's actually worked up really quickly. But I have finally finished the cabling pattern on one of the sleeves. So I'm just ribbing now for about 6 centimeters, I think the pattern said. And so it's the length I want, essentially. And then I'm going to bind off. But that is one sleeve down, bam. And I think I don't want to have to wait until the plane, to be honest, because I'm just really enjoying knitting it. I've got other projects I can work on anyway for the flight, because it turns out my travel time is going to be about 68 hours. Oops. But that is the plan. Just finish the ribbing off, nice root bind off at the end, and then start on the next sleeve. Are you throwing really far? Show me how far you can throw. I'm watching. Oh! Hello from Koh Lanta. I'm here with James. How would you rate Koh Lanta so far out of 33?
I would rate it. Let's go 33 then. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh my gosh, we've only gone and done
weather,
it.
blue skies, cloudy, beautiful beaches. beautiful sea, easy to get around, it's not very busy.
Certainly is.
There's a billion places to eat, a billion places to go to a cafe, relatively cheap. What else do you want?
Can't ask for much more, can you? We're just sat in a cafe now. We've got our iced mochi and iced hazelnut coffee. Looking out on the sea, it's bloody beautiful. I am knitting away, of course, and we are through the trenches of Sleeve Island. Let me show you how much I've done. It's gone so incredibly quickly. I have got 34 rows left, including the ribbing. I can't bloody believe it. I was meant to save this sleeve for the flights that I've got, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't save it. But I think that's a good thing, because as soon as I get home, I'll have this ready to block and then sew some buttons on and then ready to wear for my first day back at work, which I'm very excited for. But I think I'm going to be finishing this in the next couple of days while we're on Koh Lanta, so I'm just going to plough on, and I will do a little try on when we're not outside and it's 30 degrees. I think I'll wait for some air conditioning for that. I am home. After 3 days of travelling, I'm finally back in England, and as you may see here, we have got a finished cardigan. I actually ended up finishing it on the same day that I filmed the last clip. I think it was the 28th of February. It just worked up so quickly, and I was mesmerised by the cables. So I just kept going, finished up, bound off, and now I just need buttons and to block. Let me try it on for you. So here we are, like unintentionally matching my shirt, but this is the cardigan. The sleeves are a bit short at the moment. I have a feeling that the sleeves are really going to grow with blocking, so I thought I'd go an inch or so shorter than I normally would, and then that'll give me some room because I feel like the cables are going to relax a lot. I really like the fit. I think it's great. Let me show you the back. Bam. Can you see? I'm planning on wearing it buttoned up at the top, like this. But I'm hoping it's going to relax a lot. A little hat on. Oh, I can't wait. I'm really excited to block this. It's got 2 days to dry because I want to wear it on Monday. It's Saturday today. But yeah, I'm just going to go to the local yarn shop, get some buttons. I ended up having so much yarn of this yarn left that I thought I would knit something up while I'm on the planes. So I started one of these bad boys. It's almost finished, to be honest. Sorry, I know you probably can't see because it's blue on blue, but this is my Zip It sweater, one of my own patterns, which is actually being released today. That is the start of that. Nice and oversized. It is out today. I'll put some pictures up. If you do want to purchase it, it will be in my link in my Etsy and Ravelry. Very exciting. I'm off to the yarn shop now to buy myself some buttons.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape.
Here it is in all its glory. I love it so much. I'm so incredibly proud of this one. I'm a bit of a process knitter, so I love having something on the go all the time. I don't like sitting still very much. So once I finish something, I'm very normally quickly on to the next thing. But this is one of the first things where I wanted to take a step back and have a look at it and be like, that's a bloody good one. I love it so much. I love it with this little hat, this little red hat, even though I look a bit like a garden gnome. I don't mind. They are stylish. Have a little look at all the angles. It fits beautifully. I picked out these nice buttons. Thank you if you voted on the poll on Instagram helping me choose. I had a really hard time choosing between these two buttons. But I'm really happy with these ones. I feel like they don't detract too much from the cables, the colour, perfect. This reminds me a lot of my grandma, this cardigan. Not to get all soppy and stuff, but her favourite colour was blue. She tried to teach me how to knit once when I was like 12 years old. And I did a few raggy little rows, and then obviously at 12 years old you don't really care about knitting and that sort of stuff, so I put it down and then didn't pick it back up until a year and a half ago. October 2023 is when I started knitting properly. And this is one of the things I think that I'm going to look at this and think, oh, she would be really proud of this. Which is lovely. So I'll be able to think about her when I wear this one. But let's have a little look in the sun. Look at those gorgeous cables. I love it so much. There's nothing else to say really, but thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end of this video. Stay tuned for some more. I've got a lot of videos planned for the next few weeks, and let me know if there's anything that you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.